Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
I'm still here in Vegas and I'm knocking out another beer review. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti and I'm checking in from the road. We're almost halfway through this tour with Whitechapel supporting Lorna Shore. It's been an amazing time. Every one of the shows has been sold out. It's just been an excellent tour, but it's also been super busy. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to record beer reviews or edit videos or get them uploaded, but I'm doing the best I can. And so I'm knocking out another beer review tonight here in Vegas before we hit the road for Anaheim. And what I have for you today is something that I caught my eye when I was in Total Wine and More in Knoxville. And this is a beer from Brewery Ommegang, or Ommegang, however you want to say it. It's called Metal Legion Lager, Midnight Lager with Spices. And it seems to be something to promote or in conjunction with Guild Wars 2. And you see this can here, it says Guild Wars 2, got like all kind of battles and fighting going on both sides here. So it seemed like something pretty cool to check out. Now, I don't know much about Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2. Now, I never played Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2, but it must be a pretty popular game if they're doing a beer for it. And on the back here, there's some writing. It is actually a nice font on a nice color with a nice color background, but this hotel lighting is terrible, so it is a little hard to read. Ommegang's from Cooperstown, New York. It's the OMG series, Metal Legion Lager. Let's see if I can read this blurb on the back here. When the feline warriors known as the Char come home from battle, they reach for a cold Metal Legion Lager. This brew is a Belgian take on an old world style of the dark lager, brewed with our Belgian lager yeast. Metal Legion Lager has a rich aroma and a full flavor mouthfeel with subtle notes of roasted Belgian chocolate. That sounds pretty delicious. The beer is fermented cold to provide an easy drinking body and a clean, crisp finish. Along the way, you will enjoy slight notes of the hand-selected spices, which include coriander and orange peel. Cheers to the Char and their merciless quest for domination. So I guess the Char is a guild in Guild Wars 2. It also says blasting beats, midnight lager with orange peel and coriander. 6% alcohol. And there's also something that says Arenet. I think that's what that says. Arenanet. I don't know what that is. On the bottom of the can here, it says Best Buy 12/20/23. Ooh, that's disappointing. So that means when I bought this beer had been sitting on the shelf for a while and is close to 10 months past its Best Buy date now. I mean, I bought this at the end of September at Total Wine in Knoxville. So that's disappointing to see that this Best Buy date is 10 months old. Hopefully this beer is still good, because like I said, this is October 9th of 2024. Man, a little disappointed in that. Well, we'll get on into it. Hopefully it's still good. We'll find out here in a minute. Now on Untappd, it gets a 3.70, and that's starting to bubble out of the can already with a 1.4 thousand check-ins. Beer Advocate, it gets an 86 very good with only 14 check-ins. And I've just totally knob-headed poured that in my iconic plastic cup. Doesn't smell off. Well, there might be a slight hint of soapiness to it, which is kind of odd. Some roastiness there. Maybe a little coriander, but there is like an almost soapy character to the scent, which I'm kind of leery of. See if I can pour this a little better. Get a little bit more in the glass here so we can talk about it and I can taste it. So I got my iconic plastic cup. That poured out with a giant tan, chocolatey looking head. And that is a relatively dark beer. Hold it up to the light, it's still kind of dark. I mean, it's not like midnight black, dark stout. If I can see a little bit of redness down here in the bottom through the glass. I'm guessing this is I would give this about, on my SRM chart here from the winemaker shop, I'd probably give this about maybe about a 29. That seems about accurate for that color, at least in this hotel lighting. Not that that's the most scientific or accurate, but try to give you the SRM color so you can see on camera what I'm seeing in person. Because on camera, it always looks much darker. So when I give you that SRM, it's just like what color I'm visually seeing here in front of my face. Now that I'm done with that little tangent about color, see if I can chew through this head that's turned into like a pillowy, cloudy, just sticking around kind of head. See what it tastes like. Cheers, everybody. There's actually a lot of char in that. Almost on the verge of being smoky, but not quite. It's got that taste when you have a nice smoked beer or Rausch beer that you get when the beer first hits your mouth, hits your lips, but then it doesn't develop into like the smoky, crazy character that you would get out of like the Oxland Carolas and some of those other Rausch beers, smoked beers. But it's got that initial like char, smoky taste. It's definitely light-bodied. Kind of dry almost. Crisp. Like I said, it's got that little char. And then it turns into, gets a little bit of that coriander. And a slight hint of hop on the back end. That's about it. And then, actually, after I've taken a swallow, there's almost a lingering chocolatiness to it. So I'm going to say this beer held up nicely. I don't know if this is what it's supposed to taste like now that it's 10 months out of date, but that's a much more complex beer than I expected it to be. Nice char, coriander, slight bit of hops, and then just like chocolatey lingering on the back end. That's really nice. Brewery Ommegang, Metal Legion Lager, Midnight Lager with spices, Guild Wars 2. I'd give you a big horns up. Hopefully a lot of gamers out there like this beer and have tried it. Have you seen this beer before? Have you seen anything else from the OMG series from Ommegang? I don't really see Ommegang beers in Ohio, so I was surprised to see it down in Tennessee. But it's so crazy how distribution works. You can have a beer from New York that you can find in Tennessee, but you can't find it in Ohio. So I don't see a lot of Ommegang beers anymore. But have you seen any of these other beers from the OMG series? What other beers are in this series? I should have looked that up. I don't know. It's kind of cool can art. It's adventurous beer. It's interesting seeing them do a beer in relation to a video game. And as always, embrace the adventure.